just want to show you where I live. Look at that. Bit of sunshine, more mountains. There's a sea in the back there. And when you keep going, we come back, maybe you're seasick by now. And there's actually behind me, there is still some snow. And on the other end of that mountain is a ski resort. So I'm living an hour and 15 minutes away from a ski resort. I'm living 30 minutes away from the sea. And we moved here about 4 years ago because we felt like there was something else that wanted to be experienced, something else that we were longing for, which was a different kind of balance between work and our family life. Also, nicer weather and a bit of a new challenge, a new adventure in terms of coming to an area that didn't feel like something that was very known. This area here in Spain where we are living is more like Africa than it is like Europe. Of course everyone speaks Spanish here, and yet we are surrounded by a big community of 71 nationalities who've all come here to kind of live different lifestyles, kind of choose something that feels more natural to them, which means living off the land, lots of sustainable off-grid lifestyles that people have here. And there's a lot of alternative therapies available. Retreat centers are being built. There's many retreats that are being held in this area. And it's an area for exploration on multiple levels. So if you have known me already, you know that it ticks pretty much all my boxes. And if you don't know me, you know it now. Yet, here's the thing. Sometimes I just find myself stuck behind my computer. I know that I love going rock climbing, mountain hiking, scrambling, taking the dogs off the beaten track, and to really explore beyond what I've already seen and known. And yet, then there's something that keeps me behind my computer, because there's a sense that if I don't work, then I might not deserve that time that I take off. I might not earn this kind of new lifestyle that we've literally started up ourselves here. And that's a clear sign of dogma. And it's something that I came across as well when I was giving my workshop yesterday. And people were talking about the sort of the impossible longings, the damned if I do, damned if I don't situations in health, in relationship, in finance. One woman was sharing about how she also had this thing about she needed to do all the time. So she moved here as well to allow her body and her being to have some rest. And this area is perfect for it. Yet when she came here, she could not do nothing. Then for her, it's better to stay in bed and literally do nothing, which is not what she wants. She wants to enjoy her life that is not filled up with activity. So there's this impossible longing, even though she's removed herself from a context in Western Europe that told her, you have to do all the time, still she cannot relax while being here. Someone else was talking about loving challenges in life, and yet at the same time feeling like it's time for that volume button to be turned down a bit. But who is she without challenge? Because her whole life seems to have been built up by challenges, by new adventures, by really stepping out of the comfort zone again and again and again. So if she had to stop that, she wouldn't know what to do, who to be. There's a beautiful symptom of dogma. And there's many more like that also were shared last night and that I keep seeing in my one-on-one sessions, in my Dogma Detox dialogues, and why I'm sharing this all with you is also what I hope to explore with you at the Dogma Detox Immersion Retreat, which is a 5-day retreat, including a weekend, here on the mountain. Let me see if I can show you where that is approximately. Well, you cannot, because it's at the other end of that ridge. In a beautiful retreat center called Hidden Paradise, and I can tell you it lives up to that name. And that's where we'll spend 5 days of really checking what dogmas have we been subscribed to unknowingly. What are the concepts that rigidly hold us in a position that while we have a longing for change, it doesn't allow us to change. And this is what we'll be spending most of our time on, next to the fact that we're spending lots of time just really enjoying this beautiful view, the beautiful yoga, the amazing food that will be locally grown and served there as well. In this beautiful retreat center, there will be swimming pool, sauna, all of it, to just allow the body to unwind and to release any kind of hidden dogma in a playful way. We're not going to go into deep therapy, because that is another dogma. It has to be deep, it has to be a lot of crying, it has to be very thorough before any change can happen. That's no longer true. There's been an unsubscribe collectively from that kind of dogma. There's a change that can happen very quickly if you know what to look for. If you know how to discover dogma, where it shows up, when it shows up, by reading the symptoms and then going underneath the symptoms and pulling it out by the roots. And then in that way unsubscribing from it, so that your, call it your inbox, is no longer flooded by all these messages that keep on telling you this is the only way that you can be, this is the only thing you should do, or only if I am like this, I will be such and so. So we're gonna look forward to that. Well, I'm looking forward to that anyway. It's gonna happen in October, 5th to the 10th of October, here in Spain. There's cheap flights to Malaga. The sooner you book, the cheaper they are. There's easy transfer as well between Malaga Airport and here. It takes maximum an hour and a half. Beautiful drive along the coast, which in itself is already a relaxing experience. And once you're here, I promise you, it feels like you'll be unplugged while we're going after everything that has to do with your daily life at home. So there will be a beautiful mix of being away and being still connected to life in itself, because that's another dogma that I've come across. Retreats means being away. Retreat means withdrawal from life. Well, what's the point if life is being lived in every single moment? What's the point of taking you away from a situation and then ignoring what is happening there and then sending you back into that situation? So it's an all-inclusive, beautiful experience. I hope to see you there. If you've got any questions, please get in touch. info@dogmadetox.com. And once more, let's enjoy this view with all the sounds of the goats. Maybe some thermic wind that comes up the mountain. Some cars in the distance that make their way up the mountain roads. The sea all the way there. And lots of sunshine. See ya. Bye.